I'm Sarafina Ethereal, and I'd like to welcome you back to the Roots and Revenue Show, where we manifest generational health and wealth and celebrate Black excellence in entrepreneurship. So, during this segment, I kind of wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about my company, Bank of the Ether. What is it, and how did I start it, and where did this whole concept come from? So, first, I will be remiss without mentioning Ancestor Money. Bank of the Ether is an ancestor money and check company. So, ancestor money, what is that? When you start to talk about that, for most people, they don't know anything about it. So ancestral veneration is an ancient practice. It goes back thousands of years. I would say probably since the beginning of time, we have done some form of honoring those who have gone before us. So with ancestor money, it's a specific practice of burning money to send that energy of wealth to the other side. It's a way of taking care of your ancestors. It's a way of spreading generational healing. And then what I have noticed and learned through my own work and research is that when you become a caretaker of the ancestors, you find that your cupboards are never bare. You find that you don't have to go without, and that when you need, your needs are supplied. So it was a beautiful journey for me, kind of discovering ancestor money. And so I have been studying metaphysical practices for a long time, you guys. Probably the better part, over a decade. But at a certain point, you have to get on your bicycle. So let me bring this metaphor home, right? I studied how to ride a bike for years, right? But I didn't own a bicycle of my own. So at the point when I got on my own bicycle, even though I had studied a lot, there were some things I could only learn from riding, right? So Bank of the Ether is like my bicycle, and my spiritual practice is like my bicycle, and I'm riding, right? I have some steady progress, and I've been propelled. I'll say my whole bike ride is lit. I think I might be on a motorbike now. But that came through consistent practice. It came through consistency and taking time with myself and finding the magic in things that I previously thought were mundane. So, and that's everything. That's my hygiene practices, cleaning my house. I ritualized all of these things in order to really give myself a natural vibration of magic, so that, because I believe in the supernatural. What I mean by that is it's literally supernatural. It's not so much the over-the-top spookism that we see on movies. It's simple things like the laughter of a child and how that might impact your day, or spending time in nature, allowing yourself to be grounded by simplicity. With consistent practice, I was able to build some momentum, and I found that using ancestor money really, really propelled me more quickly. So I had to kind of examine the tool itself. So I actually brought some ancestor money today. So when I started to use ancestor money, I started to use this really cool product right here, right? You guys can see this. And this has a guy named the Jade Emperor on it, who I love. And the Jade Emperor is the supreme deity, or a supreme deity in China, okay? And the Chinese are I would say, the originators of the ancestor money concept, right? But there are a lot of people in the diaspora who are using ancestor money to manifest. They're using ancestor money to take care of their ancestors and to evoke that energy of abundance in their own life. So I thought there might be a need, and that our ancestors, this right here? Yeah. So yeah, I want to show you this first, like definitely. But I thought that our ancestors, although I knew that they appreciated this, I could feel the energetic difference in my life from burning this. I thought that it would be really nice if we had something to reflect us, okay? Not only that, when I was growing up, my grandmother loved her checkbook. She was into it. Anytime there was some big money to be spent, it was going to be a checkbook. It might have been a traveler's check, a cashier's check. It was back in those days. But she loved her checkbook. So as I was burning traditional ancestor money, I started to look for checkbooks, and I didn't find any. And therein, ancestorchecks.com was born, right? And again, between the representation that was missing and that particular product of a checkbook that was missing, I decided to fill in the blank. I decided to contribute to this space of spirituality in a unique way that I really felt could help propel others and not just myself. Because I feel like we all win when we take care of our ancestors. It's just, not only do you feel better, not only do you feel more in tune, but you can actually see results in your lives. And it's one thing to pray, and it's something else to feel like your prayers are being heard and answered. That's all I can say about that. With that being said, I started out with this guy named Mansa Musa, right? Mansa Musa was the first, well, I take that back. Queen Nzinga and Mansa Musa came out together. Let me find an Nzinga for you guys. So Queen Nzinga and Mansa Musa were the first. I wanted to balance out yin and yang. Can't find Nzinga right now. I guess I'm supposed to talk about Musa. Anyway, we'll talk about Mansa Musa. This was the richest person recorded on record of ever living. Up more? Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, let me look at myself. All right, I'm gonna, this will be something Steady can cut. I'm gonna go back into this. You know what I mean? He's gonna be like, okay. All right, so I started with Mansa Musa and Queen Nzinga, but I wanna talk to you a little bit about Mansa Musa, this guy right here. So, again, this is the richest man ever recorded as living on this planet. Also, he has a legend about him, which is true. It's not really a legend, it's a story, but his history, a very important part of it, is a journey that he took where he infused gold into the economy everywhere he went. Okay, he literally jacked up the economy of Egypt for months when he went through there just because he dropped so much gold. Everybody in his party was dripped in gold down to the slaves. I mean, everybody was, you know, what can I say? They were blinging. So, you know, this guy right here, he represents opulence and open roads to prosperity. So, honestly, Mansa Musa and using this money and his checks was the beginning and the catalyst of me just seeing a heavy amount of wealth being infused into my own life. And again, like I said, just to balance out yin and yang, I actually put out Mansa Musa and Queen Nzinga at the same time. Now, Queen Nzinga was a fierce warrior. And not only that, she was she was the leader of modern day Angola. So that's a very wealthy nation. But also, she did not play any games. So when I think of Nzinga, I think of eternal abundance. I think of protected prosperity. I think of the generational, I would say, fortification that we're all seeking. Because it's one thing to build something, it's one thing to attain something, but then to protect it and maintain it is something different. So, you know, we can manifest whatever it is that we want. I really do believe that. But can you maintain it after you manifest it? Do you have what it takes to protect it? Because if not, it can be taken from you and you can find yourself in a worse place than you started. So with those two energies, I began to build the bank, you know. And today I have 7 denominations. I have Queen Amina, the original warrior princess, off which Xena, warrior princess, is based. I have Anubis, who is an Egyptian deity of protection. I have Oya, who we all know is she's the leader of the queen of the marketplace, along with Ajay, but then also the gatekeeper to the graveyard. So this is a person, energy with immense power. And Oya, she doesn't play. So I'll just say, if you're considering ordering my Oyas, I would say have a purpose for them. I would say that about all my products, all the Bank of the Ether products, but specifically those oils, when you order them and when you use them, have an intention for them. Along those same lines, I recently released Ganesha and Lakshmi currencies. Now, Ganesha is a destroyer of obstacles, okay? And Lakshmi represents luxury, okay, luxurious wealth. So when you use those two, whenever I use Ganesha, I literally will give it a specific obstacle to overcome. And you'll be surprised when you work consistently towards the destruction of obstacles and for your path to be clear, you will be surprised at how you can make moves no matter what. You know what I mean? Because I feel like to have obstacles is just to be alive. That's your reminder that you're still present on this plane. And when the obstacles cease and when the trouble ceases, as they call it, or the challenges cease, you've graduated to a different plane. You're no longer existing on this planet. As long as you're here, the price is solving problems. It's the price we pay for this beautiful existence and experience. And I just feel that I can't even put it into words how important it is and how life-changing it is to just consistently work on your own energy and your own manifestations. And yeah, I've found that doing that in a myriad of ways has helped me, and the money only propelled it, only moved it forward faster. So yeah, that's my journey of creating the Bank of the Ether and ancestorchecks.com. Now, of course, on the Roots and Revenue show, where we're focusing on money and magic, I'll be coming back to you with more of my story. There's so much more. I know y'all know, like, wait a minute, don't you do music? I do so many things. But today I wanted to talk to you specifically about ancestor checks and ancestor money and just plant that seed of prosperity, that seed of abundance in your life. So I look forward to more episodes with you. I look forward to the next time I am going to see you all. Feel free to follow me at Sarafina Ethereal on Facebook or Sarah Ethereal on Instagram. Of course, you can catch me on the Energy Toss Network at all times. And the Roots and Revenue show will be back once again very soon. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Sometimes life just don't seem fair. It's unpredictable. You never really know. Caught myself feeling this bad. I lie awake at night as tears fell from my eyes. So many feelings, so much pain. It's amazing we're alive. It's incredible we've survived, y'all. Only constant in life is change. There's no use in wondering why. Let's make the most of our time. Wrote this for freedom, not